Hey everybody, Big Anklevich here, podcaster, author, and carnivore. It is Monday, August 7th, 2023, and this is my video for week 10 of my journey to Wonderland using beef, butter, bacon, and eggs carnivore. And this week we're doing a 72-hour fast. So let's check out how things went. You're watching Big Anklevich on health. Hey everybody, it is Monday and I got up and did my numbers this morning. My blood sugar was 91, which that's a little bit higher than I like to see it get. My ketones were 2.2, and that means that my Dr. Boz ratio is a 41, which is still a good ratio, so it's not too bad. It should come down, I would guess, because I'm fasting today. I'm just, not going to be doing any eating. So that's got to bring my blood sugar down, maybe my ketones up. I don't know. We'll see what my numbers are tomorrow. But because of that, I got really nothing to tell you guys about. I'm not eating anything. I'm resting my back to see if I can get back out running again. So I didn't do any running. And that's that. So I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hey everybody, it is Tuesday and it's going to be another short one today. I fasted all day. So I really got nothing to talk about. I did do my numbers this morning and my blood sugar was at 73. My ketones were 2.9, which puts my Dr. Boz ratio at 25. And those are all great numbers. Not scary low like I was getting before. And yeah, I'm heading into, the really long. The numbers on my fast are getting high. I've got to be well over 40 hours now. And yeah, I'm feeling fine. I'm doing okay. Sometimes hunger comes and goes, but I think less so today than yesterday. So that's always nice. But yeah, I will talk to you more tomorrow when I can eat and tell you what I ate. Hey everybody, it is Wednesday and my numbers this morning were interesting. My ketones were at 3.1, which is a good number. I'm coming to the end of a 72-hour fast, so that is, you would expect them to be up. My blood sugar was 49, and weirdly I felt fine. As happened a couple of weeks ago, I was fine. I didn't worry about it. I actually kind of expected it, because yeah, I think my fast ended at about 68 hours, something like that. I didn't go all the way to 72, just because I wanted to make sure to get all my eating in before I came to work. But anyways, a 3.1 and a 49 gave me a Dr. Boz ratio of 15, which is almost as low as it's ever been. I think I did get a 14 once, and that was when my ketones were at 6.6. So we'll see if I ever get that again. That did come shortly after a 72-hour fast, so maybe in a day or two, I will be at 6.6. Who knows? We'll see. I finished up my fast. It was something like 68 hours, 69, I don't remember exactly. And then I had myself some bacon and eggs. And the bacon and eggs were lovely, and wasn't too bad with the post-fast diarrhea thing that I always tend to have trouble with. I did have a slight bit, but not much, and that might be because I didn't put very much butter in my eggs, or it could be something else. I don't know. But yeah, then a little while later, I had top sirloin steak, which came in 2 pieces. I thought it was just one, and then when I popped it out of the packaging, it was 2. But anyways, it was tasty. It was wonderful, and that's good for today. I'm not going to eat any more for the rest of the day, and then tomorrow I will have a couple more meals to get myself back in order after having a big long fast like this. Still not running or even walking. I think I may go walking either tomorrow or the next day. We'll have to see. Trying to let my back get all the way back to normal. May just wait until Saturday altogether and try running then. We'll have to see, but yeah, that's how I'm doing. Doing pretty good. and the fast was good. It did what I wanted to. I'm glad to see my number down at 49. That's what Dr. Boz says I should be shooting for, and yeah, it's pretty good. And my ketones were up, so I wasn't feeling bad. It's the way it goes. All right, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. It is Thursday, and I did my numbers this morning, and my blood sugar was at 71. My ketones were at 2.1, and that gave me a Dr. Boz ratio of 33. So, after that, I had myself some breakfast. I had a big fast a couple of days ago, so I'm trying to, I think they say that you should do double what you fasted in your catch up from fasting, or whatever you want to call it, your refeeding. I don't usually do quite that, but when it's 72-hour fast, I usually just do it one fast for the whole week. I don't do more. I may start going 1 meal a day starting tomorrow. I don't know, we'll see. But these 2 days I'm doing 2 meals. I started with bacon and eggs, and that was wonderful. And then later on in the day, I took the second half of the chub of ground beef that I had in the fridge, and I cooked that all up. And at first I made it into one gigantic frying pan sized hamburger patty, but that doesn't work. I wish it could. I don't know why, but I just think it would be fun to have something like that. But it didn't work, and when it got to the end, I had to break it all into little pieces because the middle of it was totally raw. So yeah, I broke it up and I cooked it, and I had this gigantic plate worth of ground beef, and I ate probably half of what you see on the picture, and that was that. And I'm gonna not eat for the rest of the day. Oh, I also forgot to say, I did go for a walk this morning. I went for a walk around the neighborhood in the Greenbelt trails, and I was fine. When I got home, I did some stretching and I felt some twinging in my back. So I don't know, I may have already ruined my recovery. We shall see. It's not too bad right now, but the way it went last time, it wasn't too bad until the next day. The next day I woke up and oh man, did it hurt. So we'll see if I've destroyed my progress. My back tends to be a problem like this, so it's one of the main reasons why I haven't paid the entry fee for the Houston Marathon yet, because I expect there to be problems like this. I'm afraid that I won't be able to get far enough. I stopped running because I had problems with my back, and I suspect that I'll probably have more of them. And even though it keeps getting more expensive as time goes by to do the marathon, I just kind of keep waiting because I don't want to not be able to participate in it, even though I paid for it. So, we'll see. I had a good walk, but the stretch afterwards seems to have been an issue. So I don't know, maybe I'll try and stretch some more today, see if I can get it in shape, and maybe I can, keep going. We'll see. I don't know. I'll talk to you about it tomorrow. It is Friday, and my numbers this morning were pretty good. My blood sugar was at 81. My ketones, 2.3, which gave me a Dr. Boz ratio of 35, which is a admirable Dr. Boz ratio, just fine. After that, I went out and I took a walk. My back wasn't feeling too bad today. I guess I didn't overdo it yesterday, which is nice. So I walked around the Greenbelt Trail just basically to get myself used to moving around. Tomorrow I'm going to run for the first time. We'll see how that goes. Hopefully I'm going to run for the first time. I don't know. Maybe I'll wake up and my back will be killing me again and I'll just say, nope, screw it. But I hope not, because I don't want to give up on this marathon training idea. After that, I had myself some breakfast, and my breakfast was the leftover ground beef from yesterday. There wasn't very much of it, though. I warmed it up, and I ate that pretty quick. And then I thought, maybe I should cook myself some more, because that wasn't much of a meal. And then I noticed that I had some leftover ground beef from before, and I don't quite remember when it was from, but it seemed fine. It was up in there, and so I pulled that out, and then I thought, what can I do with this? I kind of wanted something more than just plain ground beef because, I don't know, the first bit of leftovers wasn't great. So with this stuff, I added the last 3 eggs that we had in the fridge to go with it. And that came out nice. It's funny because it looks like this is a lot, but that's a little plate, a half-size plate. So it's really not that much. That's 3 eggs and, I don't know, maybe a quarter pound of ground beef or something like that. Not very much food. But that's what I had for breakfast, was a bunch of ground beef, a couple of eggs. 3 eggs. Couple means something different, I guess, if you really think about it, if you're literal. So yeah, then later on, after doing a couple other things, right before I left for work, I had another meal. I took the ground beef that I had in the fridge. I don't know if you saw in my last, if you watched to the end of my last video. Most people don't, so probably you didn't. But I was talking about how much the ground beef and all that stuff that I had in my week of eating cost. And it was $9.99 for a 5-pound chub. That's not the normal price. It was more like $16 for a 5-pound chub. So that was a big discount. And so I went back and I got some more. So I have a couple of those in my fridge. So I pulled one of them out and I cooked it. I cooked it into burger patties. I had 4 burger patties to start with, and that was the first bit of my meal, and I ate all of that, and then eventually I was like, you know, I could probably do a couple more. So I ate these 2 other burger patties as well for my lunch, and I cooked the whole 5 pounds worth, and that's in a container in my fridge. I'll probably eat those tomorrow and the next day. I'm thinking about doing lion diet, at least for a little while, maybe just for a week or something. It can be like how I do, you know, different fasting protocols every week. I can try, you know, instead of beef, butter, bacon, and eggs, we're going to go even stricter, and we're going to have lion diet, which I'm pretty sure what lion diet means is ruminant animals, salt, and water, and that's it. Which is not hugely different from what I've been doing. You know, that just takes the cow out, is really, I mean, sorry, it takes the pig out, no bacon. But I think I might do that for a week. And I guess I could start now and do it for a little bit more than a week. But, I mean, if the ground beef is that cheap, then why not, right? $2 a pound? I can eat a lot of ground beef at that price. Anyways, yeah, the rest of the day I'm not going to eat. And I'm feeling good. It is Saturday, and I got up and did my numbers first thing this morning. They weren't awesome. I don't know why they were so bad, but my ketones all the way down at 1.2, which I haven't had it that low since like the week or so that I started. Not since like June has it been that bad. And on top of that, my blood sugar was a little higher than usual too. It was all the way up at 97. Not totally sure what the deal is with that, why it's so high. That gives me a Dr. Boz ratio all the way up at 80, which is also pretty lame and not at all what I'm shooting for. Maybe I've just been eating for too long without, you know, even a 1 meal a day. I've been doing 2 meals a day ever since I finished the 72-hour fast at the start of the week. But yeah, I mean, my numbers are not where I want them to be. I want them to be higher. But after I did my numbers, I got on my shoes and I went out for a run. It was the first time that I ran since a week ago on Thursday, that day when I tweaked out a muscle in my back and it had been hurting for a little while. It had gotten pretty good and I figured I was ready to go, so I got out and I ran. I did 40 minutes. That was my goal for the day, was to get that. That's what my training was for. And that got me 2.6 miles, which got me this little thing here that says it's my personal record for my second longest run. Aside from my 5K that I did just a little while ago, that's as long as I've gone. It's 2.6 miles, I guess. But boy, was I slow. I'm always slow. It's really sad when I think about the fact that I used to be training by running for 2 minutes and then walking for a minute. And even walking for a minute, I would still be faster than I am running the whole time right now. That is pretty sad. But while I was out there running, I did see deer. This time I saw like the whole deer family. There was two fawns and the doe that was there with them. They're pretty small deer. I don't know what kind of deer they are, but they're little. I pulled out my phone and tried to get this video of them, and yeah, it's all right. They were avoiding me as deer tend to do, so it wasn't great video, but I got some video of them. I actually saw a fourth deer even a little later in my jog, so there was the deer were out and about today. But yeah, after running, I came home and I had some of those hamburgers that I'd cooked up the day before. I'm not sure what the deal was. They were not awesome. They were not particularly tasty. I know, like, my daughter asked for a bite and then she was like, geez, these need some salt. And I guess, I know when I was cooking them yesterday, I was, making patties, and then I would throw them on the thing, and then I would put the salt on them, and then I would flip them and I'd put more salt on them. And I think there were a few times where I forgot to put salt on them after getting them in there or after flipping them. Or maybe both, I don't know. So they weren't particularly awesome. And I was really wanting something better. I really was looking at, what we had in the fridge and thinking maybe I should have a treat. And I decided that I would go to Costco to get something. I was originally going to start doing Lion Diet today. I was going to see how well I could do with that. But after eating that ground beef, those burgers, I was just like, screw that. I'm going to get some bacon and eggs. So I went to Costco. I grabbed some bacon and eggs. And while I was there, I almost ate one of those Costco hot dogs too. I was really considering it because I wanted something like that. And I didn't, though. I looked at it, and then instead I went home and I cooked up my bacon and eggs. And they were pretty good. Sometimes you get a batch of bacon that's not all that awesome. And I think that was one of them. So all around, my food was kind of disappointing, which is a bummer because meat is so wonderful. And it's not a good day if you manage to make it not wonderful. You're doing a poor job. So I don't know. Hopefully tomorrow will be better. I'll see what I can do. Anyways, that was the day today. Hey everybody, it is Sunday, and I got up and did my numbers today, and they were worse than yesterday. I'm not sure what is going on exactly. I guess I've just eaten too much, probably. Too many days with 2 meals in a row. I'm not sure, but my ketones are lower than I want them to be. Are they terrible? I don't really know what is terrible and what isn't, but under 1 seems terrible to me. And my ketones were at 0.8 today, which is as bad as they've been since going all the way back to my first week of doing this. And my blood sugar wasn't quite that bad. It was 94, which is also not good. It's higher than I generally like to have it. I want it to be down in the 70s. That gave me a Dr. Boz ratio of 117, which is also really high. It's supposed to be at or under 40, and for most of the week, that's where it's been. So I don't know. It's coming back up. It's the end of the week. Next week, I'm going to be doing fasting again, so that'll probably bring it down. So maybe it's not a big deal, but we shall see. I'll talk about that next week, but not this week, because it's Sunday, the end of the week. What did I do today? Well, I got up and I took the hamburger patties that I had and I crumbled them all up because I wanted them to have more fat in them, because I'm thinking maybe a possibility of why my ketones are so low and my blood sugar is going high is because I've not been eating enough fat and getting too much protein. Protein gives you more insulin response than fat does, and so I wanted to get more fat into my food. So I crumbled the hamburgers into little bits. I made sure that the fat that was at the bottom got melted into it when I warmed them up, and I also added some butter to make sure that there was plenty of fat in there. And I ate, I didn't eat it all, I ate most of it. I ate a good amount of what you see here. But, you know, that's one of the things with fat is that you can't eat that much. You can only eat so much, and then you're just full. Your body tells you. It's amazing, unlike carbs, where you can just keep stuffing your face with carbs forever. And not until your stomach is so stretched does your body say, hey, my stomach's gonna pop, maybe you should stop. So that's what I did. I had that in the morning, and then we had some people that were coming over for dinner, and so my wife made a big roast for dinner. So I didn't eat until about 6. And I had this plate full of roast beef here. I actually had a little bit more. I ate this, and then I loaded the plate up a little bit more and had that as well. And I made sure to get all the fatty pieces. My wife doesn't like fatty pieces, so she had left them in the pot, and I went and fished them out and put them on my plate, and then I ate them also. More fat with that. Will that help? I don't know, but I've started fasting now. That was my last meal before starting into my fast. And that was that. That's all the food that I ate this week and what I've done this week. And so I'm going to send you back to Big Anklevich to talk to you about how the week went. Okay, so there you go. That was the week. It was interesting. Started out really good with the 72-hour fast, and I got my numbers way down. My Dr. Boz ratio was like 14 or whatever at the start of the week, and then by the end of the week it was up over 100. My ketones came down and my blood sugar went up, and that's not the way I want it to be. I want to lose weight, but particularly I want to lose weight with autophagy. I don't want to have a bunch of, loose leftover flabby skin hanging around. I want my body to eat that stuff up and repurpose it to something else. So I gotta get those ketones back up and make sure that they stay up. How did it go weight-wise? Well, again, let me say that I don't think this is the be-all, end-all. This is not the most important thing. It may be a journey to Wonderland, which is a weight goal, but what I'm really after is a journey to health. But anyways, I weighed 269.3 at the end of last week. And this week, 266.9. That was my average weight for this week. So that means that I lost 2.4 pounds on the week, which is respectable. It's a good amount. And I am now at negative 22.9 pounds overall. That's how much I've lost since I started. So it's coming down. It's going to take me a while, I think, to get all the way to Wonderland. This is going to be like a whole year-long process, probably. Sometime around this time next year, where I'll be saying, hey, look at that. It's just clicked down to 199. But, this doesn't matter. Again, as I said, I'm looking for health and not weight. The health is the thing that I want. And, I think that I've had ample evidence on this show of just how much health I have gained from doing this, how much my blood sugar has come down, and many other things. And I've got a lot of they call non-scale victories to talk about too, things that don't really involve weight but are good in other ways. Like I said before, this shirt didn't used to fit me. I had Marshall get me a shirt that was smaller than I could fit, and until I did this, I was never able to even wear this shirt. So eating the proper human diet made it so that I could wear the proper human diet. And yeah, my belt keeps inching down. I have now been able to go to the 5th notch on my belt and notch it there to hold my pants up. And that's pretty exciting. That kind of stuff I think is really great. So, we'll have to see how it's going. I am starting into a different fasting regimen. We did the 72-hour fast this week, which I suppose in reality was only 69 hours. I did that just for convenience sake, because that's one of the things I love about carnivore, is not being hungry that much. So I don't even take any food to work. I eat in the morning before I leave, and I don't get hungry again till I am home. And usually I don't eat until the next morning. So yeah, that's the way I like it. And so at 69 hours, I had to eat all my food so that I could get it in before I head out to work again. Otherwise, I would have to have waited all the way until almost the time that I left for work, eat one meal, and then probably bring another one with me. And I didn't want to do that. So there you go. That's why it was 69 hours. But it still worked just great. My blood sugar came way down. My ketones were up and had great numbers. And this week I'm coming up, I'm going to be doing alternate day fasting instead. So starting into several days, I won't eat on Monday, won't eat on Wednesday, and I won't eat on Friday. And we're going to keep that going. And then the week after that, we'll see what we feel like, what I think I'm going to switch to. Probably one meal a day, or I don't know, maybe I'll do another week of alternate day fasting if it's going real well. We'll see. But that's how it's going. Let's go check out Marshall. I've been doing this with Marshall for years now. We're back at it, and Marshall has been struggling, but he's trying to get himself in order. He has a tendency to do better if he has some kind of a numbered day challenge kind of a thing. And so I think he's going to give himself a new challenge to really get himself going again. So let's see what Marshall has to say.
Hey everybody, it's Marshall here for another update on the road to 55 and how I'm doing with my goals of eating right and having better health. And my no-fail July was a bust. I did well for the last little bit until I went on vacation. I went up and visited family and then went out and camped for a few days. And while I think I did pretty well, I guess in comparison to how I could have gone off the rails, I had fails and near misses and didn't follow the plan, didn't have passes throughout that vacation, whether it was traveling or eating out or family barbecues, that kind of stuff. I ended up eating things that were not allowed on this challenge that I'm doing, the long-term challenge. Part of me, it bothers me that I have to have these short-term challenges in order to succeed. Like when I was doing this last year, it was these challenges, 30-day challenges, 45-day challenges, 90-day BBBE challenge. And this time around, I wanted to get away from that. I wanted to not do a challenge and just do this overall challenge and score it. And but evidently, that's not enough for me. And it kind of pisses me off because it means that I have to have this outside stimuli, this challenge to do something. And so, but I'm going to go with it this time. I talked last time that I did a video about doing 75 hard. I'm not going to do that. Some of it is due to schedule. Some of it is due to, is that really important? I understand why it was important to the guy that set it up. And that is his challenge to everybody, the 75 hard. But I don't necessarily have to take that as my challenge. And so I'm just going to do a 75-day personal challenge, and I'm gonna follow it for the most part. I am gonna have to eat right in order to, I have to stay on the carnivore diet in order to succeed for 75 days. So all the stuff I've been doing up till now, I would have failed. I would not have passed the 75 days. So that's the biggest challenge as far as this new short-term challenge is I'm challenging myself to 75 days of living by this way of eating, which I should have been doing all along, right? And I know you could say take it on a week-by-week basis, and I understand that where that's coming from, because if I get into this for 20 days and I fail, then am I just going to go back to my old ways? And I see that, yeah, that is a risk, or that is a potential pitfall for doing it this way. But I like the idea of the 75 hard in that, no, you're committed to doing 75 days. If you go 20 days in and you screw up, well, now it's day one again. And you're going to keep doing this until you get the 75 days. And so that, I like that bit of it. And so I'm going to commit to the 75 days. I'm going to live and have carnivore by the way of eating. I'm not going to go, I may go full BBBE for part of it, but I'm not going to commit like I did last year. And I know I should, but I'm not going to commit to triple B and E for the full 75 days. I'm going to just do carnivore, which is animal products, cheese. I am going to, I don't know. Yeah, I am going to have occasional vegetables and maybe a berry here or there. But I really haven't used that too much other than in the total wrong form of the blackberry cobbler or whatever. That's not what I mean when I say a little bit of berry now and then. And berry season's kind of going out now anyway. So that's my way of eating that I'm going to commit to for the 75 days. Today is the last day of July. It's July 31st as I record this. And I'm going to start tomorrow on August 1st is my first day of 75 hard. Or no, it's not 75 hard. It's just Marshall's 75 day challenge. I am going to exercise every day. I'm not going to do the 2 45-minute workouts like 75 hard does. I'm just going to say once a day, I'm going to go out and exercise, mostly in the form of walking. And that's going to be walking. And I'm not going to say it has to be for 20 minutes or 30 minutes or 15 minutes or 45 minutes. It's just going to be, I have to get out and I have to walk. If I don't walk, I have to do something else, like walk stairs or something else, some on purpose. Like I remember when I was doing this before, on purpose activity, exercise, getting out there and going out of my way to do some exercise. So whether I do that in the mornings or at my lunch hour or in the evenings before I go to bed or whatever, I have to exercise every day. So that's the other component of this challenge. I'm going to try to drink a gallon of water every day. I don't think that's necessary, but why not? I pretty much do that anyway. I drink a lot of water. So I think I can do that one. So I'm going to add that to my 75 day challenge. And I like the idea of reading something every day, like a nonfiction, or, for me, it could be scriptures, or it could be something that's nonfiction. It doesn't have to necessarily be entrepreneurial, but I should read, and 10 pages is a fine benchmark. So I'm going to do the 10 pages of reading something, and I'll keep track of that on my chart. And let's see, what else is part of this challenge? I'll take a picture of myself every day. I'll have to figure out the best way to do that, just to see what the change is over this 75 days. What else is part of this challenge? It seems like there's something else that I'm missing. Eating, exercise, taking a picture, water, and reading a book or reading 10 pages of something non-fictional. I think one more thing I'm going to add to that, and maybe but I'm going to add at least watch one carnivore related video. And that's pretty easy to do a day. So that's going to be a requirement for me to watch Dr. Boz, Dr. Berry, Carnivore Quest, Laura Spath, something, somebody's carnivore video. And that's going to be pretty easy to do. So I might as well throw that in and make it a daily goal for this. So there's what I'm doing. That's going to be my challenge for the next 75 days. I'd like to just make it 75 days and then see what I do from there. But If I fail, then I'm going to have to start over at day 1. So that's what I'm going to do. And I hope you support me with that and give me encouragement. And Excelsior. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Okay, so there you go. He's got his new thing that he's calling Hard 75 instead of 75 Hard. He's doing a lot of the stuff from 75 Hard, but not all of it. A little bit less exercising, just 45 minutes instead of an hour and a half a day, which is probably good. Seems like the hour and a half you probably ought to build up to. That video he actually sent to me just after I sent my video to YouTube last week. And so it's a little out of date. He's been doing that already for a while, and he sent me an update to tell us how he's been doing so far now that he's started doing this thing. So let's check out what his update says.
Hey, Marshall Latham here for a quick update. Today is day 5 of the Hard 75, Marshall's Hard 75, and I've been doing well. 4 days in a row, I've been able to check off all of the boxes. I was able to get exercise in. I'm just walking. I started out all the way back to where I was in the beginning with back pain and hard to walk. Just over these 4 days, I've seen a big difference in I'm able to walk further. I'm able to walk without stopping to rest my back, and I'm just kind of getting back into the swing of things. It feels really good to get back to exercising every day, walking, doing that, and it's kind of made it easier for me to stay on target with my eating and all the things that I'm doing there. The biggest pain in the butt with this Hard 75 is that I'm taking the picture every day. I feel like once a week should be sufficient to see the difference in, if any difference in my physique. But part of the program is taking a picture every day. The only thing I've really changed is the 2 45-minute workouts. I've only done just a single exercise. Like one day I walked half a mile. I've gotten up to more. Today I'm out walking the dog. So we'll do a lot more today. But anyway, just wanted to let you know it's going well. And I'll be back next week with more of an update.
All right, so there you go. Looks like it might be working. Looks like another numbered day challenge thing is working for Marshall. He's keeping up with it so far. And I think his plan is, if he messes up, to start over and keep going until he actually gets all 75 days. Hopefully after that he doesn't quit. We've done our share of that. We need to hopefully have learned our lesson and stop doing that. But anyways, that's how Marshall's doing. So he's doing well. He's getting going. And I'm doing well on week 10. Still going. And I'm loving it. And I will see you guys again next week here on Big Anklovich on